Guys, age is back. I'm smiling, as you can see. Elemental. Let it snow. I don't know if you guys can see the snow, but it's falling hard. That's right, and that's my stash here. This is my office. So today is, for the record, what? It's 3:50 p.m. It is January the 13th. The 13th, that's right. What a story. So I got a call from my brother, Rene. Rwanda. That's right. We all are men of light, so to speak. Anyway, so yeah, just a quick update on my CCB show. What is CCB show, you ask? Consent and Capacity Board show. That's right. Because remember, I recorded myself last time. It was on the 5th of January, just the day of, or before, sorry, the day prior to my French hospital. I don't understand a word they're saying. S'il vous plaît, please, something, please, and then merci. Okay, thank you. Anyway, so yeah, it's gonna be a bit noisy here because I don't normally record when there's a lot of people around, but I love the snow, watching the snow falling, and funny enough, this is how they actually got me here, way back, and yeah, it's beautiful snow, and it's a beautiful scenery, nature, it's beautiful. So anyway, back to my CCB show. Basically, I had emailed the tribunal board on the 3rd of January. Remember, this is their job to, get me in touch because I am contesting my unlawful detainment right here at the Montfort hospital. So, you can watch the first video. This is episode number 2, so you can watch episode number 1 to figure out what happened to me. But they brought me in here, and for the last, now we're on what, week 3, possibly, 18th, and I haven't had a chance to step outside, get some fresh air. I can't because I have no bracelet, so to speak. I'm voluntarily being detained here, so they cannot get me outside because perhaps I'm mentally incapacitated. If I leave, I will never come back. Of course I will never come back if I leave. But I spoke with my one of the doctors, not the first doctor that I was seeing. I did see Dr. Campbell from Montfort Hospital, and he's been very compassionate and understanding, as I had a chance to speak with him on the 31st of December. So my first doctor was on vacation. Again, nothing personal, it's just that, as a patient, or at least patient, I'm here for a reason, that they are throwing allegation that I am mentally incapable for some reason. That was the bogus, unfounded determination. And again, it's not necessarily, trying to squat or shit on, the first doctor's opinion. He's a professional, But I have a problem with the doctor, dismisses and disrespects my right. So when I was brought in here, handcuffed for my safety, and then, stripped naked, with 5 police officers, my hands were handcuffed behind my back. And yeah, I was contesting unlawful arrest and, my transfer from Alfred Town. Initially they wanted to take me to Hawkesbury, and then I ended up at Montfort Hospital. And they wanted to see my feet because, it's snowing right now. It's beautiful. Actually, it's +1 degrees if you go outside. It's very nice, beautiful weather. I'm not outside, but I can see the forecast, the weather. This is the kind of the weather I go and, I walk in the snow, and, if I were outside right now, I'd be walking barefoot. That's right. Like I told you, dogs don't wear shoes. And last time I checked, 200 years ago, we were still living in the jungle, so to speak, in the boonies. The civilized world or the industrialized world, you can look up the first industrial revolution, which took place somewhere in the 1800s, right? So, before that, people were just on the Bugs Bunny, so to speak, and the carts and the horses, and life was much simple. And I think life is still simple. It's just we complicate things. Not because we do complicate it, it's because we have outsourced the ability to think for ourselves. Now you have ChatGPT, you have all AI, which I call sheepthink. I've coined that term, sheepthink, because really it's only sheepthink. You just go to school. Why? You go to school because you are, seeking higher education. But the question is, why higher education? I mean, the idea is this: you go to school because you want to learn and seek knowledge. But if the knowledge you're seeking is not applicable to anything you're doing, it's a waste of time. You're not going to study, carpentry, because you don't need to study carpentry. You can go and just pick up a tool kit, pick up your favorite tool, power tools, a hammer and a handsaw or, something, and, just common sense, man. Just common sense. Go and maybe put 2x4, put two 2x4 together and see what you can make up with it. Maybe you're, a handcraft. Maybe you can carve wood. Everybody has the gift. Everybody has that gift of the mind. Because, back to the pyramid, right? Back to the pyramid. You have the will, the mind, and the body. So your body is a temple, and that's the idea of, when I speak about the body, the mind, and the will, it's not some pseudo shit, man. It's the facts. I can be sitting here. If I'm not willing to speak, there's nothing you can do to make me speak. I'm here. I got a body. I got a mind. I'm not incapacitated. I just don't want to speak. I have no will to speak, but now I'm speaking. I speak a lot. Not because I speak a lot. As you can see, there's nobody here with me. I'm speaking to myself. Recording my twin brother. Yeah, that's right. So, you go to school to seek higher education, but fundamentally, you have to understand there are two, judiciary systems, or, one of the best judiciary systems in the world that we are, priding ourselves as Canadians. Now, when someone says Canada, it's Canada, well, you have to understand what Canada is, first of all. For all these, stooges, that are trying to run for the office right now, that you have Justin Trudeau resigning, you have to understand how politics works and what the landscape of, of the world is. It's, the world is about power and money. Nothing wrong with power and money, but you have to understand, you could be like, I think the Lion King just recently came out, one of the, I don't know if it's a remake or something, I'm not too sure, but remember, you had Lion King Mufasa, and you had the Lion King Scar. But we all know what happened to Mufasa and how Scar ended up being the king, or the reigning king, I should say. Because there could only be one king at a time in the kingdom. And the kingdom is a reflection. Have a seat, my brothers.
90%.
Sit down, man. I'm recording myself. Sit down, brother. So I have my brothers here in Kala, and I have my brother here, Shekamala. So this is my brother.
Hey.
We're
in a game.
We're at the mental. We're at the mental, right?
Show them the fucking snow, man.
I did already, but here it is.
Did?
Watch it hard, falling hard. So please let me record, and you can feel free to listen. You can always interject. So basically, Lion King, Mufasa, and Scar, his brother. Scar goes about conspiring this plan to kill his own brother because he was looking for power. He thought he could just be as good as his brother. He's a lion. Why can't he be the Lion King? So what happened, essentially, he conspires this plan to kill his brother, and then, Simba ends up to being the scapegoat.
Bro, they're all trying.
But you have to understand, the kingdom